Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Gabby, and today in this video I'll be using the Hime Gouache jelly gouache set. And this is like the technically second time I'm ever using this gouache set. And I bought this gouache set like last year. Technically I bought it last year, but I made a recent video. I don't remember which one it was of an unboxing video. So, but I filmed that last year. But yeah, so it's been a year since I used it, and as you can see in the video, how well and not how well, yeah, how wet. There you go. How wet and moist these paints are. Only one of them was dry. The other one was very hard to open, but they were very moist, despite being like not used or open or anything for a year. I'll talk more about the gouache and what I'm doing in the video, but first I want to talk about something else, and that is the point of this reason why I made this video is because of the third movie coming out soon, Kissing Booth 3, the trailer, and I just want to talk about it because it just like what do you call those skin PTSD kind of syndrome. I just had a flashback of watching Kissing Booth 2, and if you never heard of Kissing Booth or watched any of the movies, Kissing Booth is a movie based off of a Wattpad novel. And if you don't know what Wattpad is, there's a lot of amateur or fanfic writing website, and some of those books or some of those stories on Wattpad are turning to books, and now they're being turned into movies. Another one would be what's it called again? After? I think it's called After. Yeah. So there you go. Those are like those kind of books. Oh, and another one would be Kissing. No, what's it called again? 50 Shades of Grey is kind of like one of those like fanfic turned to novel turned to movie kind of situation. Anyway, the reason why I thought it up because I do not want to watch Kissing Booth 3. Therefore, I am just making a video based off the trailer itself. Now, if you haven't seen Kissing Booth 3, the trailer or any of the movies, I implore you to go watch the trailer and don't watch the movies. It's totally not worth it. Just watch any other YouTube videos talking about it, and you get a gist of what. You can even watch my video. I did watch the second movie, Kissing Booth 2. I did not watch the first one. The first one, I basically went off of other people's reactions or commentaries of the movie Kissing Booth, and then I jumped and I decided to watch after what they said, to watch Kissing Booth 2, and I made a whole video on that thing. Watch that if you're interested. And then now Kissing Booth 3, and I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, okay, I don't know. So one of the reasons I don't want to watch it, mainly the big reasons, is it's a last movie, Kissing Booth 2. I don't know how long the Kissing first one was, but the second one was 2 hours long. It's one thing to be a bad movie, it's another thing to be a very long bad movie. It took on forever, and when I thought it was almost over, it was like halfway there. I was like, oh my gosh, there's another whole hour left. Half the reason why the length of the movie was because of montage anyway. Really, they need to get rid of most of the montage. Like, who needs the same montage running over again, running past the same alleyway? Seriously, cut that out, okay? So it was very annoying watching the movie, and I got kind of aggravated midpoint, just from the montage alone. And there was other things going on too. Another thing I'm pointing out that might be, and I feel like in this movie, if it's more than an hour long, this should not be a long, 2-3 hour long movie. It's because of montage. Just from the trailers, I could tell they're going to have some montage with the bucket list, so not looking forward to it. And then there's going to be another montage. I could tell from the trailer. I feel like that clip that they show is going to be another montage of her hanging out with no one than her hanging out with what's his name? Not Ben. Lee. Hanging out with Lee. I gotta remember these people's names. I keep forgetting these characters' names. And the girl name is Ellie. There you go. So those are the three you just need to know. And then another thing, I feel like they did this character wrong. One of my favorite characters is Rachel. I was so rooting for her, and I feel like she should should have. She left long time left Lee. In this one, they only showed her in the, like, they cut her off. So they cut part of her off. They showed her in a little bit in the beginning that she supposedly there, but I'm like, yeah, no, I hope Rachel dip and leave him. She deserves so much better, seriously. Lee is the worst boyfriend ever, and I feel like another thing that, by the way, I feel like I'm getting PSD from this is because of there's an abusive relationship, not only between Ellie and Noah, but also between Ellie and Lee. I keep forgetting his name. Ellie and Lee. There is a toxic relationship between the three, and she's been with them since they're kids, and they have this like possessive things, and it's becoming kind of toxic. And she's allowing this, and she's basing around her decisions around them and rather around herself. So it's a very toxic relationship. And so in this one, it's supposedly her kind of like getting out of it. She's still in that relationship. She's not like breaking it off with either one of them, but finally stepping up and making a decision for herself, around herself and what she wants to do. And so I'm making quite a bold prediction of what she's gonna do. I feel like, yeah, there'll be a bucket list, and then she would choose to go with, most likely I feel like she'll just choose to go with Noah. And there would be, another thing about Noah is like he's also likes to fight and gets to fight, and he likes to run away when it doesn't go his way or whatever. And again, this is like the toxic abusive relationship I am talking about. Seriously, and it's very aggravating and annoying, and it gets me angry. Anyway, I just had a flashback to and this is just off the trailer, and it's not even the whole movie. Oh, that's so sad. And Marco comes back, but I don't remember much about Marco's character, of how, if I liked or hated him. I don't think I really did. I think it was mostly around Ellie's decision to kiss him. I remember that. And then get Marco's hopes up, and then ditch him for Noah. Seriously, oh my gosh, it was so aggravating. Again, watch that video. And so then he comes back in this one. Apparently, he reappears in this one. And this one looks more neutral, like they're more friendly. But then there was there's supposed to be a confrontation between Noah and Marco. There is a confrontation between Noah. Sorry if there's pauses. I'm trying to remember these names. So there's a confrontation basically. So I'm pretty sure Marco is still after Ellie. Now, whether Ellie has any involvement of maybe unconsciously seducing Marco is up in the air. But I feel like yes, because of how it left, the cliffhanger that left in the last one, most likely Marco probably instigated this one a little bit more. So, but then Noah, trying to be the big man, walks away again. Unlike the first movie where he jumps at a fight, so I guess it's supposed to be character development, but he's still angry and he still had attitude towards Ellie, and still, again, very toxic, and he left. They showed to flip stuff, so I'm pretty sure somewhere around here, or between her not making a decision to hang around Lee, he probably left her and not showed up when she tried to beg forgiveness. And Ellie is still trying to juggle between the two friends and not tell Lee whether Lee pretty much assuming for Ellie that she's automatically going to choose him. Like, seriously. That is another thing that I have a problem with Lee's character, is like, because their best friend she should always choose him. Like, her feelings and decisions doesn't like count. Like, maybe she wants to go with Noah because of XY reasons. Maybe it's not even between them, it's just for herself because she feels like she want to do this. Seriously, I can't stand those. I can't stand it. It makes me very angry. And again, this is just off the trailer. This is not even the whole movie. And this is like free advertisement, but whatever. I mean, Netflix not paying me, but I just don't want to watch the movie. And I'm probably gonna take releases pretty much close to around the time that it will be released anyway. So whatever. I really don't want to watch it. So I'm most likely just gonna watch other YouTubers and react and just watch that. I let them go through the suffering for me, the full throttle suffering. Hopefully, I really do hope it is less, like, shorter. Also, there is the return of another character, Monica. I want to say Monica. I feel like it's off an M. No, Chloe. There we go. Remember this? I remember her name this time. Woo! So this is like the second take I did this video, by the way, recording, and so I actually got it twice. But I remember this now. Her name is Chloe. And Chloe also comes back in this one, and she also more of a neutral factor between Ellie and Noah. There's a more neutral factor, like she's cheering them on. So more reason why I feel like Ellie will go towards that school rather than the school Lee wants her to go to. Again, what happened to Rachel? Really? So I'm really wondering what happened to Rachel. That's one thing I'm really curious about. What happens to Rachel? Hopefully she really did live Lee and she realized she could do better. And then, so what else I was going to touch upon? So I touched on Noah's arc. I touch around Lee's, kind of touch around Lee's. Lee's, I also feel like I feel like also this is another thing about from the past two films, and I feel like they're gonna do in this one too. Lee, Ellie, there we go, Ellie, that's her name. Ellie makes her decision. She wants to go to Noah's school, but instead of telling Noah, she wants to break it to Lee first, but she couldn't break it to Lee because she's just afraid of disappointing him. And then when she does finally break it to Lee, Lee casts an attitude and gets angry at her. And then pretty much becomes like a real bad friend and becomes really toxic, not talking to her or anything. Basically pulling all the stops until like to get what he wants with her until she comes into his man. But they did show a clip where she took time to say that she needs to do things for herself, so hopefully there is development and improvement in their relationship. I'm hoping for that, but again, I'm not watching it, so I'm gonna watch someone else react to that situation, and hopefully it'll turn out good and they'll show it to me. I don't know, but anyway, yeah, so there is that. Then there's Ellie, and again, I kind of said this in the last movie. Even her father said this in the last movie. Heck, her boyfriend and best friend mother is saying this in this movie. She should choose and decide for what she wants to do for herself. I feel like this is something that's been going on for like ever, and she never considered this. I think she's been in such an abusive, controlling relationship between these two brothers for such a long time. She never considered for what she wants herself, and just was so stuck pleasing these others too. I'm giving this way more deep analysis than the story deserves, I feel like, right now. So, I might stop there. I might actually continue on. What else? There's anything else I want to talk about in this movie? Oh, yes, there's two more things. The last two things has nothing to do with the main group, or triple, whatever you want to call them. Nothing to do with the main. It was like, these are these side characters that was introduced in the second one of this gay couple that came out of literally nowhere. I just feel like the movie was just trying to throw in an inclusive couple. The couple, or maybe the author, it was in the book, and the author just threw in just to have an inclusive gay couple or whatever. But the gay couple really didn't play anything in the plot, anything in Ellie's decision, I think. I felt nothing within the story, and I'm like, I like that couple because it was at least toxic couple, and at least they had their together. Anyway, so I like them, but I saw no point of them. Like, why include them? Just to include them is pretty much queerbaiting, I guess. Is I guess what I'm trying to say. And so in this one, they pretty much come back, but hopefully in this one they actually play more of a plot point. Like they help Ellie come up with a decision or something for her relationship or for herself. Or maybe not even just Ellie, maybe with Noah, maybe with Lee. Heck, maybe even Rachel. It would be something. So that's that. And then the last one was, in the first one, there was a scene where Tubman hit Ellie in the butt. And in this one, they showed, like, a playful reverse of Ellie hitting Tuppen in the butt. I'm like, are they trying to say that's okay? Like, if it's playful, it's okay? Maybe, I don't know. I question that with how they played in the first one, and now they try and show the second one. I don't know. I'm just leaving that in the air. I'm leaving that question up in the air. So that's it for about Kissing Booth 3, the trailer. Tell me, did you, so in the comments below, tell me, did you watch Kissing Booth? Any one of them? The first one, the second one, the third one? If you haven't, will you be watching any of them? Specifically the third one? Or the whole series? Will you watch all 3 movies? Let me know in the comments below. I'm seriously curious. That's kind of a reason why I made this video anyway, is to know how much people will be interested in watching Kissing Booth 3, and why. Please let me know why. But other than for the hot trash that it is, and you just want to see it burn. So, but that's it. But anyway, going on off of that onto this drawing that I am doing in this video. So, in the last time I made this video, the Kissing Booth 2 video, I made a fanish, because I'm not really a fan, but it's technically a fanish art. Like, it's based off the characters in the movie, and I made a little illustration around it of how I feel the characters are viewing the men or whatever. And if you haven't seen it, if you want to see it, check how that illustration looks like, and just go check that video out. But yeah, but this one, I did not feel compelled to make any fan art or anything of the characters. Again, I'm not even watching the movie, so I have no inspiration, although I did want to talk about it. So instead, excuse me, I had a burp. Instead, I'm going off of this challenge that I've been going on for a while. Well, it's not been it is technically, it's existed for a while, but I decided to take upon this challenge. It's the professional color. What do you call it again? Professional artist colors coloring book. Oh my gosh, that took a while for me to think. Oh my gosh, words. They lose me. So this challenge was started by ADC Art Attack, and I saw a few artists doing it. Who was Chloe Rose, Tammy, That's So Art, and also Midori. So you go check those artists out. They probably do way much better than me in different ways. Anyway. So those are so you can watch those, as I said, YouTubers. They do way much better than I feel like I said that, but anyway, I am just repeating what I said because I don't remember what I said. I pretty much recorded that part separately. Anyway, back to this jelly wash. So when I did this, the first time I did this challenge was in Margaret's. I did not record it, but you could check out how it came out on my Instagram. I posted one of the challenges I did. It came out pretty good, and I got more confident in how to use markers, alcohol markers, although I do lack colored pencils to help bring it up to what I fully wanted to, but I got closer to what I wanted. So yeah, that's good. And then now that I'm getting an idea of how to use alcohol markers, I decided to jump to gouache. And I've been feeling, after using markers, alcohol markers, and watercolors for such a long time, although gouache is kind of leaning towards similar to watercolor, I'll get to that in a minute and explain the difference. I decided to use gouache because I've been itching to use gouache for a while. I don't know why, but just all of a sudden it's like, I want to use gouache. Like, what gouache should I use? What should I make? I don't know. That kind of feeling. And it's been quite some time since I actually used gouache, like a lot or fully or whatever. And the last time I used gouache was last year. Pretty much last year. I restarted using gouache, and I look at it and I'm like, yeah, I don't like how these are coming out. They're not coming out really good. So I'm using this whole challenge as a way to practice, basically concentrate on coloring using this specific medium. And for this specific one is gouache, so just concentrating on gouache, and I'm really liking how this is coming out. And it's tries like a reminder, like muscle memory. I'm using muscle memory to remember how to use gouache. It's just like very pleasant, and I'm very happy, and I'm loving this process, especially since I don't have to really concentrate on anything else but the coloring. It takes away the thinking of how to compose a drawing or the anatomy of the drawing or anything else. I'm just fully dedicating to also values, the coloring and the values. And yeah, so I really like how this one came out. I also like how the other one came out, which is a Pokemon coloring book. I use the Pokemon page, and you also check that out in my Instagram. I'll put the links below for if I remember. I'll put the links below. So yeah, so there's no guarantee that I actually put it, but hopefully I do. And so what I want to do, what I was going to say, oh, and the jelly gouaches that I did bought them last year. Although although I said I used gouache last year, the gouaches I used were my more expensive ones. Although I bought this one, I didn't use this one. Although I probably should have used this one last year. I didn't use this one last year specifically because I wasn't sure what kind of gouache it was. Like, I saw people use it, but they didn't really say or give me an idea of what kind of gouache jelly gouaches were. Was it acrylic gouache? Because if it was acrylic gouache, then I have to dedicate myself specifically to using this gouache until it runs out. Because once acrylic gouache dries, you cannot re-wet it, and it would not reactivate. So once it's dry, it's done. That's it. So that was my biggest fear, that this big cups of jelly gouache was acrylic gouache, but it turns out it's more towards designer gouache. And the designer gouache, you can re-wet and rework it, so which is why I like it. And for a better reference idea also about difference between gouache, how do you call it? Designer gouache and acrylic gouache. Acrylic gouache is kind of like acrylic but more matte, while designer gouache is more like watercolors but more opaque. Those are the key differences between the two, and the difference between acrylic and the difference between watercolors. So there you go. And my preference, I do like and much prefer designer gouache over acrylic gouache anyway, because I'm a very slow, if you can't tell by the time, look at the time, and some of these are like speed draw. I like half of them in real time, half of them in speed draw. Look at this timeline. This is how long it takes me to draw one drawing. And this is with speed drawing within it and some cuts, and I didn't even do the full recording of the whole drawing, and there were some cuts too. So I take a long time to draw. This one took me a total of 3 days to fully complete this drawing. Yeah. So with that said, and I started the full thing took me 3 days. That's curse. Anyway, so yeah, and so that's why I prefer designer gouache, where you can rework and re-wet the paint. So when it dries in my palette, I just re-wet it. The only acrylic-ish medium that I don't mind so much is ink. For some reason, I don't mind acrylic ink. This is another. I want to do this challenge again with this medium. I want to do this challenge again with acrylic ink next time. I don't know if I'll make a video of it, but I most likely post it on my Instagram accounts. So, if you're interested in that, check it out. Until then, I feel like this is it for this video. Did I miss anything out? Oh, since it was one of the gouache that opened, yeah, even though it was like completely dry, and since it's rewettable, soak it in water for like a few minutes. Someone else said this on their video. I forgot which video it was, so sorry. But yeah, if you put water in it and then leave it for a while, and then like you could leave it for an hour or so, and it'll really work, and it'll become nice and creamy again. But if you leave it even longer, it becomes even more and more creamy, and it becomes completely re-wet. Although it feels like I've been cheated some freaking color coloring, yellow ochre. I feel like I've been cheating yellow ochre because that has the least amount of colors in that one of all the colors. But anyway, yeah, that's it for me. Until next time, thank you for listening. Also, tell me, would you be doing this challenge while you're at it? Besides telling me again, if you got this far, thank you for watching. But also in the comments section below, once again, tell me, would you be watching Kissing Booth through any of the Kissing Booth movies, specifically the third one, and also, or have you already watched it? Also, tell me if you will. What do you try this challenge? Artist color, coloring book, or have you already did? And in what medium? And how they came out? Did you like it? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it fun? Was it not challenging enough? Tell me. Did you change things? Did you left it exactly the same? Whatever it is. Thank you for. If you got this far, thank you for listening. Until next time. Bye.